I know that on the court it's Coach Abe and, you know, you're about winning. What is Katie Abrahamson Henderson about? What makes you tick? What makes you who you are as a coach, as a parent, what makes you tick?
My upbringing probably, and being raised by a single mom and watching her raise 4 children on her own, and the toughness and work ethic, and how she always talked about empowering women, and her group of girlfriends would get together and they would sing songs together like I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar by Helen Reddy, and you know, and that's how I grew up, and with that group of women that had either lost a husband or were divorced or whatever, and they were women raising children on their own, or single women trying to make it in life. And so that's kind of my soul, you know, and I'm really passionate about empowering young women and empowering these women on my team and everybody. Even, you know, I look around even right now in some of the track teams here working out, and I see these women and I want to empower them somehow. And I don't know where that comes from, but in my core I know it comes from my mother.
So that's kind of who you are. A lot of people will say, you know, this is what I do, it's not who I am. How did you get to basketball? Like, where did that come from? How were you introduced to the game that's now synonymous with kind of who you are? I mean, where did that begin?
I didn't want to be a basketball coach at all. You know, when you play college basketball, you're like, I am never doing this again. I don't want to coach. And so I went and played professionally in New Zealand. And I wanted to keep playing, but at the time there was not a lot out there to do for women in playing professionally. We didn't make that much money, and so my mother really wanted me to go to grad school, and she really wanted me to get a master's degree, and one of my ADs at the University of Iowa wanted me to get my doctorate, and so I knew I wanted to go back to school. And at the time I came back from playing overseas, one of my assistant coaches from Iowa was the head coach at Duquesne. And so she said, you know, I have a position open, you can go to grad school, we'll pay for it, you're going to have to be a full-time assistant coach, you're probably going to have a part-time job, and you're going to have to go to grad school. So I said, you know, let's do it. It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, big city, that'd be a lot of fun. I'm young and single. But I didn't want to coach, I just wanted to get my master's degree, and that's kind of when I got into it. I was really kind of thrusted into the business, and then after I was there for 2 years, I needed a job. I didn't have anything to fall back on. I didn't have a parent that I could go home to or give me an opportunity, and I knew I had to find a job, and so I sent my resume out to everybody in the country, and it just happened to be picked up by Joanne P. McCauley, who's the Duke coach, and she called me, and thank God I was a decent player at Georgia when she was coaching at Auburn, and she said, you want to come be my assistant coach at the University of Maine? And I was like, no, yes, no, Maine, no. But I took a leap of faith, and here I am.
You guys have a chance, and I know you're not going to say it, but I'll say it, a chance to win a 4th straight conference championship. You've already won 3. You've done that in almost 5 seasons. Did you in your wildest dreams when you first got here think that this was going to happen?
No, but it was what I strive for, and not for me, for them. And that's, I think, today as I sit here, people get the wrong impression of me, and they only see me on the court. But off the court, I'm different. I'm not what people think I am. It's not about me. And even though I get mad at the refs, or I get mad at something, or I'm mad at something, it's not about me. I'm fighting for them. I'm always fighting for them. And sometimes they think it's that I'm so mad at them, and I'm not fighting for them. And I say it every day, I'm fighting for you. I'm not in this fight for me. I've won championships, I've played in championships, I've played professionally, I've done all those things. I want you to have those opportunities.
Do you think this will be the toughest defense of that America East Championship when you look at, and it's, I mean, I remember Margarita talking about it and say, listen, we've got this program to a point where it's a big deal that we've lost 2 conference games. Most teams would be like, give me 13-2 every year, but that's a big deal now.
This team has never lost. Sarah's never lost a championship, so she doesn't know any different, and so they got to understand it's not just going to happen. They're going to have to make it happen, and I say that every day. You have to make it happen, and we've never said that we're going to be a perfect team, and we're low in numbers because people have left and things have happened, but I think it's possible. It's quite possible. We're talented enough to do it, but we're very young, and it's going to take our leadership to have that recall memory, you know, when we get in those situations.
So we are doing a piece on Margarita and Sarah, specifically about those two, because of what you just mentioned, a chance to be essentially perfect in conference championships through your career. Haven't mentioned, I don't know, Sharissa Richards, maybe you've heard of her once or twice or three times. The reigning America East Player of the Year. How special is this kid?
I just got goosebumps when you say her name. I mean, I'm going to talk to you about her as a human being. That's why I get goosebumps, because she gets it. She's pumping blood, not Kool-Aid. You know what that means, you know? Like, and she gets it mentally, physically, her heart's in it, her soul's in it, she loves it, she's passionate, she's fierce, she's relentless, she's got work ethic, it's all innate. I haven't taught that. I've pushed it a little bit farther, but holy smokes, I haven't been around, played with a player like her, played against a player like her, or ever coached a player like her.
How amazing is it considering, and we've talked about this before, just in chatting, her story's out there. This is a young lady who technically picked up playing competitive basketball 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah, so that's why I always tell youth parents, like, seriously, like, you're getting crazy about a 9-year-old, like, really? My best player only has played 4 years. And don't burn them out now, because they're not going to want to play later. But she played netball. You've heard of netball. So
in Jamaica.
Yeah, in Jamaica. So, but she came over here for all the right reasons. Her mother sent her here to go to a Christian school, because she's a devout Christian kid, and get an education. It wasn't about her, and it wasn't about ball, and it wasn't about her parents wanting her to play ball for them, and, you know, to be, in their eyes, whatever they wanted. Her mom, I still call today, and her mom has no idea how talented she is as a basketball player and what she's going to do with her career. She just asked me about academics. She's going to get a degree. And so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I mean, that's what her mom preaches all the time: academics, academics, academics. Get your degree from a university, make money, be something. And so when she steps on the floor, that's who her soul is, and her work ethic is ridiculous, because she doesn't have some of the things a lot of people do have, and so she knows that this is her opportunity to get something out of her life, to make a career for herself, and so this is her sanctuary, the floor. I mean, she's in practice. If you watch her in practice, it's like, oh my God, who is she? Like, get her out. She's going too hard today. I need her for tomorrow, you know, but she just continues to go so hard all the time. And I yell at the scout guys, if you touch her, I'm going to kill you. If you hurt her, I'm going to kill you.